Welcome to my floor. Yeah, today we're sitting down here and getting ready because Landon accidentally broke one of the light bulbs for my studio lights. So I feel like when I try and film over here, it was just like the lighting was wonky. I know, I always have excuses for lighting. Woe is me. Anyways, today's video is going to be a getting ready with me video. This one is actually a talk through because I believe my last couple have been voiceovers and I just felt like sitting here and talking to you guys today. So hopefully you don't mind. And yeah, let's go ahead and get on into it. I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so typically I do my makeup first and then my hair, but my hair right now is just looking like a hot mess and I'm gonna have to leave here in a bit to pick up Landon from school. And I'm not really sure if I'm gonna have time to do my hair and makeup before then. So if my hair was at least done, and then I think I would feel a little bit better about myself. The front looks greasy, but it's actually because there's like texturizing powder left in there from yesterday. So I have this like awesome tidal wave swoop going on. Okay, but today I'm gonna be curling my hair with a new tool that I received in the mail. I've been using it for, I wanna say about a week and a half now, and I've been loving it. I don't know, hair tools, just like makeup, I always like trying out new products, and this one was a new one for me, so I wanted it to share it with you guys just so you guys can see how it works, because when I first saw it in store I was really curious of how it works just because it looks so different than any other curling wand I have. So this is from InStyler. If you guys are familiar with InStyler or you've heard the name before, it's probably from that rotating brush one that kind of has like the rod, and then it's almost supposed to mimic like doing like a blowout, like it round brushes and blow dries your hair at the same time. This one, however, is called the Tulip. So this is kind of like a hassle-free curling wand. It's one that I feel like is meant kind of for beginners just because it has this really cool kind of barrier around here. If you guys are new to curling wands, and I'm sure you guys have burned yourself a ton, I still burn myself every now and then, and I've been using curling wands forever and a day, but I don't know, I guess whenever I'm going through and I'm going really fast, I always like nick my hand and end up with burns all over my hands like this one here and this one here. I know, it looks like I have battle wounds everywhere. This one, however, is seriously so easy to use. I love it just because there's some really cool features on it. So right here, this is the button we're gonna press to actually wrap our hair, and it sounds like this. So there's this little spinner right here that kind of catches your hair and then rotates it right around the wand. Just as long as you don't put too much hair in there, you really don't have to worry about getting your hair tangled. I'm not gonna lie, the first time I used it, I was kind of intimidated just because it is something so new. Then right here, you have 3 sets of switches. This one here says right, left, and alternate. So this just determines which way the wand is gonna spin your hair in there. So on the left side, if you want all the curls going left, then you just put it on left, then obviously on the right, or you could put it on alternate, which is normally what I do, but I do like the front 2 pieces of like all over my head to go back, but then the rest I do like to alternate. Then right here you have 3 different time settings. We have 12 seconds, 8 seconds, and 3 seconds. So if you're wanting like Shirley Temple springy curls, you could go for 12 seconds. If you're wanting more of kind of like a beachy wave, you could do 8 seconds, and then more for just like a volume and bounce in your hair, I would go with 3. Then you have high, medium, and low heat. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how you use it. You just grab a section of here, and then right here in the very front, you see these 2 great dots. That's where you slide your hair in. So like I said earlier, I like the very front pieces to kind of go back, so I'm gonna put it on left, and then you just thread your hair. This is weird doing it on the camera. Okay, I'm just gonna look in the mirror. You thread your hair through right here, pull it in, and then you just press the button. It sucks your hair in. You wait, and then you'll hear the 3 beeps, and that's when you release. The 3 quick beats. Beats. Beeps. That would be kind of awesome if you like threw out some beats. Okay. Oh, I have mine on the 12 seconds right now. So then you drop it, and then, so this was the tighter curl. Now if you wanted something looser, we could go to 8 seconds. I'll show you guys what that one looks like. So grabbing a chunk of hair, and then same thing, pulling it right through, and then press the button. So hold it and wait for those 3 quick continuous beeps, and that's when you pull down. And you just want to pull the wand straight down. Okay, so there it was. Pull it down, and then that is the 8 seconds, which this is the curl that I really like. I don't really like my curls to be super curled all the way towards the end, because I feel like you kind of lose length that way, but obviously this is all personal preference. But this is typically how I would curl my hair if I was using a different kind of wand. So whenever I do curl my hair, I typically keep it on 8, and I do put mine on the high setting, but that's just because I do have really thick and coarse hair. So same thing, just grab the chunk of hair that you want, pull it through that little slot, and press the button. I feel like this is just a lot easier. It definitely is a speedy process once you get used to it, because you're not having to like use your wrist as much with the curling wand. If you guys are familiar with using curling wands, you know, at least for me, since I have thick hair, I'm constantly having to like hold the wand up back here towards the back of my head. Your arms start to get tired, you burn yourself. Another thing that's really nice is that you can always lay this right on your counter or on your vanity, because this exterior body of the wand doesn't get hot. And then since you have this little guard right here that's around the actual barrel, plus these little stands right here that kind of serve as feet, you can just lay it right down on your vanity or your countertop and nothing's gonna get like burnt. So that's nice, just because I've burned couple things with just like my normal wands, which isn't anything to be proud of. Okay, so we are done curling our hair. I am still gonna go through and fluff it up and tease it and add some product, but I want to let the curls really set and cool. So I'm just gonna pin it back and let the curls set. That's so attractive, while we apply the makeup. So starting off with primer. That stuff is so good. If you guys ever go to Panera, do any of you guys ever order the green tea? I feel like it's cheating because I don't even really think it's like green tea. It almost tastes like a weird like hybrid of lemonade and like apple juice. Why does that look so... That looks like a dehydrated pea color on camera. That's disgusting. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off with primer. I actually got this one recently, so I wanted to try it. It's from Too Faced, and it's the Hangover RX. It has coconut water, that is a train, coconut water, electrolytes, and probiotics. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a bit of this. This is actually my first time trying it. The packaging is really cute though, and I like that it comes with a pump. Oh, the texture is totally different than what I thought it was gonna be. It almost feels like a moisturizer. Like it doesn't have that silicone. Is this silicone free? Yes, it is. That's why. These are the new shadows from Makeup Geek, the foiled shadows. And you guys, if you follow me on Instagram, then you already read about how I'm like crazy about them and that the formula is amazing. If you guys are interested in seeing in like a review and close-up swatches of each one, there's only 10 of them so far. I don't know if she's going to come out with more colors or not. I hope so though, because they're seriously amazing. So I wanted to use those in today's video. I don't think I'm really going to do a primer. I may just go ahead and pop some concealer on my eyes though, if I can find the... Okay, I'm just gonna use this. This is the Tarte CC Under Eye Corrector. I know it says Under Eye Corrector, but I'm just gonna kind of use it to neutralize my lid color right now, just to hide the veins on my lids and make that area just one solid color. Okay, so as usual, I'm gonna go ahead and start off with my brow bone highlight, because that's just how I do things. So for that, I'm gonna be using the Makeup Geek shadow in Vanilla. Oh no, this isn't Vanilla Bean. This is White Lies. So I'm just gonna take some of that on a Sigma E60 and pop some of this right onto my brow bone. Sorry, we're gonna go in with Makeup Geek Surprise Surprise Peach Smoothie. I know you guys are probably so sick of hearing me talk about it, but it's seriously my go-to. Like, I just can't get enough of this shadow. It just is the one that works the best for me. Like, I feel like the color and everything works perfectly. And then this is the Sigma E40, which I need to order a new one of. I had a backup of it, and this Sigma E40 is actually one from like whenever Sigma first started selling their brush sets. So the quality has like dramatically improved since then, because that was how many years ago? I don't even remember. Okay, now we are gonna go in onto my eyes. I'm gonna lay this shadow on the inner corner of my eye. This is the shade Magic Act. This is the lightest shade of the Makeup Geek foiled shadows. Like, look at that. Is that not insane? It just like melts right onto there. So I'm gonna take this color first, and I'm gonna apply this onto the first half of my lid. And then on the second half, I'm gonna go in with a black shadow and then apply a shadow kind of overlapping over both of them just to create a gradient. Okay, now going in with another Makeup Geek shadow. This one is in Corrupt and it's just a matte black. This one I am going to apply with a brush. This is the Sigma E20, the short shader. I'm going to pick up some of this. I love this black eyeshadow. It seriously is so pigmented. And apply this on the outer half, maybe more of like the outer quarter of my lid. So first, just laying the color and then we'll go in and kind of shape it. Okay, this is a brush from Velvet. It's very similar to like the MAC 217, but it's a bit fluffier. That looks so crazy right now, I know. And I'm gonna blend this black in just a little bit into the crease. I don't want to blend this stuff out too much right now though, just because I am gonna go in more once I apply the color on top. Now going in with like the star of the show, this is like, out of all the colors of the foil collection, this is one that I think everyone's kind of raving about. This is the Makeup Geek Flamethrower shadow. It is everything and more. It's just this incredible, like rich metallic copper. It's so, so pretty. Okay, so with this, same thing like I did with the first shadow, I'm just gonna take my finger, pick up a little bit of the product, and I'm just gonna lay this on top of everything that we just laid down. So on top of that light gold and then on top of the black. So as you can see, we have this like light copper to darker copper gradient just from using those other shadows as bases. Obviously you could just go in and just lay the shadow as is and then just go like with a lighter hand on the front, but I don't know, I just like doing it like this. I feel like it creates a smoother gradient. Okay, now going in with the Makeup Geek Stiff Dome Brush and then a Makeup Geek Cocoa Bear. This is another favorite of mine, especially for the crease. It's just a super awesome, that came out weird, crease. Super awesome, rich, warm brown. I'm just going to concentrate this color on the middle and inner portion of my crease and blend that into the black. Okay, so as you guys can see, I did go ahead and apply some liquid liner and some lashes. I spared you from having to see all the weird faces I make while applying that. But if you guys were wondering, for my liner, I applied the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper. This is actually, oh, it's my funny bone. This is actually just a sample, but I have been loving it. I kind of hate that I love it so much because I do want to buy a full size of it. But I feel like there's still quite a bit of product in there. So we'll see if I continue to love it. If I do and I finish it, then I think I definitely will buy the full size. I'm sure it's not that cheap, but I seriously love it. And then for lashes, I'm wearing the same ones, the same ones that I always do, which are the Red Cherry 110s. So now we can go ahead and apply my face makeup. Today, I kind of want more coverage just because I plan on pre-filming quite a few videos only because I'm going to be going out of town on Saturday. So since I plan on like sitting here in front of the camera for a while, I just want something a bit more full coverage. So today I think I'm going to be using this. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place makeup. This stuff is like super full coverage. In fact, almost a little bit, I don't want to say like too full coverage, but I feel like if you ever do apply too much of this, you can look cake face. So that's why sometimes if I'm in a rush, this isn't a foundation that I like to use because I feel like it's one that I really like to take time and blend just because it can kind of create a mask-like effect if you use too much of it. So I always just start off with one pump. Half the time I don't even end up using that whole pump just because a tiny bit of it really does go a long way. I received these from Gerard Cosmetics recently. They're just kind of like flat top kabukis. This one, none of them have names. They just came in a set. But this is kind of like an angled one. So I'm just going to take a tiny bit of that product. And then I like to just start off on one side of my face and move on to the next. But like I said, this stuff gives awesome coverage. But I feel like a teeny bit of it goes a long way. And I just don't want it to look like cake face. I mean, I'm not really going to be around a ton of people today, so I guess if I did have cake face, then maybe it wouldn't really show up on camera anyways, but I just don't like the way that feels on my skin. Oh, and if you guys were curious, in the Estee Lauder Double Wear, I wear the shade 2W1 Dawn, and I feel like it's perfect. Like it has just the right amount of yellow in it, but it's not too yellow to where I look like I have like jaundice or something. Now for concealer. I want to use something different just because I feel like I always use the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, but it's because I freaking love that stuff. Actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. I'm gonna take a bit of the NYX HD Photogenic Concealer. This is in the shade CW04 Beige. I'm gonna take some of this first and just pop some of this on my under eyes, mainly right here in that corner where I always get a bit of darkness. And then also right here on my chin and right here. That concealer is like, okay, it's not life-changing, so I'm gonna take a bit more. I know, I'm crazy. I was just complaining about not wanting cake face, but now I'm over here like popping on concealer like it's going out of style. Whatever. Let me do my thing. This is the MAC Select Cover Up in NW20. I just really want my under eyes to be a bit more brightened because I feel like I look super tired. So now just taking that same brush, I'm going to blend this concealer out, especially right here. I always get a dark spot like right at like the crease corner of the outer portion of my eye because my eyes always water, and then I feel like that spot, like the makeup runs off and then looks weird. So I always like to pack a little bit extra there just in case my eyes do water, then we're like. I've been using the banana or the Ben Nye Banana and Cameo powder like a ton. And I feel like I'm kind of neglecting my Old Faithful Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. I have mine in #1, so I think we're going to use that today just because I feel like she's been neglected lately and that's not fair. And then for that, I'm going to take the Sigma F64, which is the Soft Blend Concealer. A tiny bit of this powder goes a long way. And then I'm just going to pat this right onto my under eyes. Okay, and then for powder, I recently got this. I placed an order on Too Faced. I ended up getting like I forget what it's called. It's in here somewhere. It was some kind of night eye palette. And then I got that palette plus like 3 deluxe size samples. And then after shipping, it was like right under $20. And the palette alone is normally like 30 something. So I was super excited about that. But one of the deluxe size, samples that came in it was this. This is the Primed and Poreless Powder. I've tried the primer before, but I've never tried this powder. So I wanted to give this a go. That's like a huge sample size that like I feel like this is something that will last forever. It kind of has a slight like beigey yellow color to it, but I think this is what I'm going to use to set my face instead of like a full-on powder. This is a tapered face brush. I normally use this for my highlighter, but I'm just going to use this today just to pat some of this powder. Ooh, it's like dusty. I just swallowed some of it onto my cheeks. Just onto the main areas where I kind of have enlarged pores. So right here between my eyebrows, I feel like there's like 2 or 3 pores that are like significantly bigger than the rest. It's frustrating. Okay, and then just across my forehead and down my nose. But this is seriously so nice. Like I feel like it did such a good job really kind of like blurring out those pores that are really close to the sides of my nose right here. Okay, for bronzer, I'm going to be boring, sorry, and just apply Benefit Hoola because you really can't go wrong with that. I've like hit pan on this and I feel like I've seen the pan forever, but it's just like still not going anywhere, which is nice. So it's like a bronzer that lasts forever. Okay, so sorry, I had to go get Landon from school and now the sun is hiding behind the clouds and I feel like the lighting is all messed up now. Of course, my luck. Okay, so I just kind of touched up my bronzer because I felt like I had to like run out the door after I applied that. So now for blush, I was looking through my blush drawer and I want to use something that I haven't used in a while because I feel like all I've been using is like my MAC blushes and my Makeup Geek blushes, which don't get me wrong, I adore both of those, but I just wanted to try something new today. So today I'm going to be using this from Smashbox. It's the Fusion Soft Lights in the shade Radiance. It's just kind of like a shimmer strip type of product. So with this, I'm going to be taking this brush here. This is from the brand Mustave. I don't know. This came from the makeup show. It was raining and now this piece, I didn't have any product in it yet, like totally fell. It's okay. We'll touch it up. So I'm just going to kind of concentrate more on this top part. There's like a mauve, a peach, and a pinky color. I'm just going to apply that to the apples of my cheeks. I don't have any other brushes from this line, and I'm not gonna lie, when I first opened this from the packaging, it just came in that swag bag from the makeup show. I was kind of like, whatever, like I'll use it, but I wasn't like that excited about it, just because when you look at it, it just looks like a normal flat paddle brush. It seriously is like the best blush or best brush for blush. I feel like it's the perfect size for my cheeks, and it's so soft. And I keep meaning to look online to see like what else they have in the line, but I always forget. Oh, this blush is actually really pretty. I like that a lot. This actually came in some kind of kit I bought at CCO like forever ago, but I feel like powder products kind of stay okay for a while. At least I hope so. I don't know. So I used it. I'm definitely going to leave this out though. I'm really liking the way that looks. Wow. If you guys watched my previous video, which is my holiday giveaway, if you guys haven't entered yet, I will have that video linked down below. I showed this trio of highlighters in here. I'm going to give these other two, I think, to my mom and a friend. But this one here in Portofino is absolutely amazing. I'm obsessed with it. This highlighter is absolutely gorgeous though. I'm guessing it's sold on its own. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna have to go look. But it's seriously thebomb.com. Then for my lower lash line, I don't know if I want to keep that copper or go in with a darker color. I'm going to take, where's the brush that I want? I'm going to be using the flat definer, which is the E15 from Sigma. And I think I am going to go back in with a little bit of Flamethrower and concentrate this more on like the middle, and then we'll do a darker color on the outer half. I just love this color so much. Okay, now we can move on to lips. You guys are gonna think I'm silly for doing like this many steps. Well, it's not this many steps. It's 3 steps for this lip color, but I swear it makes a difference. The first step seems like so stupid and unnecessary, but I promise I tried it without and there is a difference. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is take this Too Faced Melted Lipstick in the shade Melted Berry. This is a mini that came in the set. I'm not gonna squeeze any of the product out, just whatever is left on the sponge tip. I'm gonna kind of pat that onto my lips, and we're gonna use this kind of as our like base pigment. Maybe if you already have lips that are like naturally pigmented, then you could skip on this, but since my lips are like so nude looking on their own, I feel like this really helps. So like I said, I didn't squeeze any of that product out, so this isn't even really wet, it's kind of dry, and I'm gonna kind of just pat it in and rub it into my lips. Okay, so now that I have that, I'm gonna go in with these 2 products here, which I am so in love with. I'm actually gonna do a haul on some Charlotte Tilbury products. But first off, I'm taking this lip liner. This is the Lip Cheat Reshape and Resize Lip Liner in the shade Pillow Talk. It's gorgeous. Like, I'm so in love with this lip liner. Okay, so I'm just gonna line my lips with this. I don't know what it is about this lip color, or lip liner, I guess I should say. It's honestly like a Your Lip, but better color. This color with the Melted Berry creates the prettiest, like, just really nice and neutral pink. I love it. So then on top of it, I'm going to take another product from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the lip gloss in High Society, and I'm just going to apply this right on top. I like this gloss because it's not super shiny, but there's still enough gloss on it. Like, I don't know, I'm not crazy about glosses that just make your lips look wet, if you guys know what I mean. But I'm just going to go through now and kind of mess with my roots. If you guys were wondering, the products that I do still have left in it from yesterday is the Big Sexy Hair Powder Play. I swear by that stuff. It's just that and dry shampoo. So like, as you can see, I just feel like it's kind of keeping the volume in there. I don't know if I want to part it in the middle or if we're going to go to the side and give this one a curl too. So before I showed you guys how I curled it all the way up here, you can just touch up the curls here on the bottom too if you want. I'm just going to give that guy a quick touch up. I probably will go in and add some kind of dry hairspray. I have one from, what is it, that FHI? I don't know if it's FHI or Fee Heat. I like that one a lot. It's just like a volumizing dry spray. Also, the Bumble and Bumble, what is that called? I can't think of the name. Air Spun, I think. I love that one. Okay, so there is my hair now, which that's perfect kind of curls that I like, just looser, relaxed curls, nothing too structured. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this look. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys do decide to recreate it, be sure to tag me on Instagram or Twitter. Don't forget, I do have that the giveaway going on right now. So if you guys are interested in checking that out, that video will be linked down below, as well as the link for the tulip. I'm pretty sure there's a promo code going on for that too. So be sure to check out those links. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.